Keeping it moving here, Chair Shot Reality, Eisenberg in Florida, LeBar here in Pittsburgh. And let's do a little debating, Josh. People like it when we debate. Besides title changes in the UK, one of the other big stories that happened in the TV tapings for WWE in the UK.
Yeah, right. My boy.
Your boy.
My boy, baby. My boy, Pete Dunne. Let's go, Justin. Let's talk some Pete Dunne. Let's talk Bruiserweight.
Have you got a tattoo on your kneecap yet like him?
Maybe I have, maybe I haven't, but the shorts that I'm wearing underneath this jacket wouldn't show.
The secrets of the show revealed right there. Pete Dunne, where is he a best fit? Is he best fit to be on a Raw? Is he best fit to be utilized in NXT, which certainly has had talent pulled away from it? Is he best fit to be on 205 Live? What do you say?
I think that Pete Dunne is a guy that is completely different than every UK talent that they've had and that we've seen, whether it's Mark Andrews, whether it's Tyler Bate, Wolfgang, Trent Seven, all these really great performers in the ring. But Pete Dunne is head and shoulders above all of them. That's why he's the UK champion right now. I personally think that Pete Dunne and the UK championship should be on NXT right now. But I do think in the long term, a guy like Pete Dunne could be fast-tracked to WWE Raw. It's a 3-hour and 15-minute show each week, Justin. They just don't have that much attraction to it. And Pete Dunne's a guy that you can throw into a 15, 20-minute match each week, or he's a guy that you can slowly and organically build up into being a bruiserweight, being a guy that has the same build as Daniel Bryan. Let's face it, he's under 6 foot. He's just about 200 pounds. This is a guy that reminds me of Daniel Bryan more than Fit Finlay or William Regal. He has the ability to do things in the ring that is unordinary, but still very ordinary, whether bending your fingers back or doing something, a swift kick to the shin, something that looks strong. Start him at NXT, make the UK Championship primarily an NXT Championship that's defended there because they need that mid-card title, and then transition him when he ultimately drops that title to Raw like most NXT talents and NXT champions do.
I would hold him on 205 Live right now. When they did introduce him in his match, in his introduction on Raw, they did say he is 205 pounds, so he's right there at the limit to be a part of the Cruiserweight division, of course, playing off the Bruiserweight. I like it because, you know, as we've talked about and I've harped over and over, you know, I didn't feel like the Cruiserweight division really worked well in today's WWE because of the styles and you know, you see main event guys doing it that are 260 pounds. I think, you know, Enzo Amore, to his credit, with his heat, has brought interest. He's become a great antagonist for 205 Live. I think you put a Pete Dunne, a guy that, you know, talks about bruiserweight. He's not going to be high flying, at least not to the extent as most of the other roster. He's just a guy, as you said, he's going to bend your fingers back. He's going to meticulously dissect you. I think characters and different guys like Enzo, like Pete Dunne, are what will help propel 205 Live to a level that, you know, that WWE wants it to be. And I think that you could get away with having Pete Dunne in that division for a while to bring attention to it, to bring interest. And because he is such a, you know, he's such a rugged fighter and the way he is built, you could easily have a storyline to where he's been called up to Raw or SmackDown, and you can say that he's put on a few pounds, and the Bruiserweight's put on a few pounds, and he's ready, and he starts, he starts having matches with giants, so to speak. And I think he's one of the few guys you could transition out of 205 Live, make it believable, and he would fit and wouldn't seem outcasted. So that's how I would take the Bruiserweight.
So you think that Pete Dunne to 205 Live benefits 205 Live more than it would benefit Pete Dunne at this time?
I think it benefits both. I think it gives 205 Live another shot in the arm, just as Enzo was. I also think for Pete Dunne, rather than, look, let's face it, if he's a regular on Raw right now, or especially Raw, with Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, I think it would be hard. Even Elias, he continues to get momentum. I think it wouldn't be the best usage. But if you put Pete Dunne in 205 Live, he's a top guy immediately. And he can cause havoc there, and he can build even more credibility to more viewers who are becoming aware of him, and then take that momentum.
But why not NXT, Justin? Because he's a guy that's actually defended his championship, or won the championship at an NXT event, and they seemingly are desperate for a mid-card title with a bunch of random feuds that happen. Wouldn't that be a perfect fit for him there?
It wouldn't be a bad fit. I mean, I don't think it's bad if he's in NXT. I just think 205 Live needs it more. I think 205 Live needs his potential, what could be built into star power. I think 205 Live needs. I mean, look, they have a lot of cruiserweights. They've got like several guys that are in mass, several guys that look similar. I mean, I just think Pete Dunne's different. His look is different. His style is different, and that's what 205 Live needs. Certainly, a mid-card title in NXT could be utilized right now, but NXT also still does have a lot of rich talent within their limits. So I would put, and I think it's also just it's good to see Pete Dunne in these bigger arenas, exposing to more people, so that way it'll make his transition to Raw or SmackDown more flawless. Because you'll see, we have always said, you see guys get over in NXT and in front of those same fans, smaller venues, different format. It doesn't always translate to success when they come to the 15,000 person arenas of Raw or SmackDown. But if Pete Dunne can get over and help inject 205 Live in front of those same arenas and same crowds, it's going to make his move, if he did one, to Raw or SmackDown, I think that much more successful.
Well, here's the thing that I'll just say that I disagree with you on is 205 Live airs when? After SmackDown, after 2.5 hours of television for that live crowd. The only way that 205 Live has become interesting is because of the vocals of Enzo Amore. The matches are still good, but the matches aren't doing anything for fans to tune into. Pete Dunne doesn't talk right now. Not that he can't talk, but that's not his gimmick, that's not his style. If you put Pete Dunne at 205 Live, I fear he's going to be a guy like Cedric Alexander or Tony Nese, where he's classified as the guy with no charisma, when it's quite the opposite, because Pete Dunne's a guy who doesn't need to say anything to get over with the crowd. I just fear when you put Pete Dunne in 205 Live, there's a lot of guys, maybe not the similar brawling style as him, but the same body type, the same under 200 pounds that you're classified as, you're stereotyping all these guys as one. That could hurt him more than help him. And I don't know if 205 Live is going to be around this time next year, John. I don't see this being a show that propels storylines and that enhances talent. I don't think they can do that anymore. It hasn't happened once with anybody.
Well, time will tell. At Josh Eisenberg 4, at Justin LeVar. Let us know what you think. At CS Reality. Chime in on our Twitter. Chime in on our Facebook. Of course, comment below on the videos. What do you think? Where does Pete Dunne best fit, and where is he ultimately going to end up in the world of WWE? We got one more video, one more segment to come, as Juice and I will close it out talking Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega in New Japan. You don't want to miss this.